I don't think I've not been looking forward to a stream as much as this one here. I can't lie to you. I can't lie. Can't lie to you. I was muted. Am I muted? No, you can hear me. Okay, no problem. No problem. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't think I've been looking forward to I don't think I've been going into a watch along like I really don't want to do this. I really, 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 really don't want to do this. I'm not over what happened. I'm not over what happened at the weekend. The lineups are on screen. I'm still pissed with the game. I'm still pissed. I haven't got over it. I'm still annoyed. I'm still so angry. I was angry on the Big Six. Barely even said a word. I'm angry now. I don't know. I don't know what to say, chat. I don't know what to say. I look at our lineup and I think to myself today, there's a couple of things that maybe could have been stronger in terms of the left back situation, but we know Kukure is out injured, and we know that that Hato's out injured as well. So we'll get to the left back, but yeah. The striker situation. Is Fofana definitely playing, yeah? Let me just double check. The striker situation, the one time Esteval and Cole Palmer are playing together, and I thought maybe, just maybe, it is Fofana, yeah, next to Badiashile. So that's good. Let me just change that. And I thought maybe, just maybe, we're going to get João Pedro up top, just in terms of potentially some synergy, potentially some chemistry. We know that João Pedro had a connection with Palmer in the Club World Cup. Even though the goal was incredibly fortuitous at the weekend, he got a goal against Atalanta. It's not much, but it's something. But we're playing Brock Lesnar instead. And my patience with him is at an all-time low. He needs to perform today. He needs to score. He needs to hold the ball up. He needs to link play. He needs to not be booked. He needs to actually play football and show why he's at this football club, because at this current moment in time, not impressed. Not impressed in the slightest. You know me, all right? I was one of those people that tried to push Jackson's attributes and his positive attributes to the people who, for me, took the slander sometimes too far. And in saying that, we won't do revisionism. We know that Jackson isn't the level required to win titles, to win majors at this current moment, because his finishing and his aerial ability was awful. But Delap, you haven't brought aerial ability. You haven't brought shooting, because you're not really getting into positions to shoot. And this is where the dynamic is interesting, because people will talk about he hasn't had many chances. So how can you get annoyed with him? It's looking like strikers have to help with the chance creation, chat. It's looking like strikers have to be involved in the chance creation. It's looking like strikers have to be part of the plan for how they get shots. They can't just stand up there and wait for strikes, wait for shots, wait for chances. Would you? Oh, no. No.
Hey.
No.
Hey.
Why are you here?
Hey.
Why are you in my house? Why are you in my house?
Buddy.
Why?
Give me a hug, man.
Why are you here, bro? Why?
Can I get a chocolate bar?
Just take one. I thought you was at the gym. You're meant to be working out.
Just finished at the gym. I've been shooting.
Why are you here?
I've been shooting.
Why are you here? Go home. I haven't even seen you yet.
Lateness is greatness, you pussies. You pussios. You Chelsea weirdos. This is your king. Is this your king? Is this your king? Is this your king? Yeah? Pussies.
Oh my God. Nah, this can't be happening, man. This can't be happening, man. Look how happy he is because Brennan Johnson could be going to Crystal Palace. Look how happy he is. He's about to bank 35 million for the winger he doesn't want. Look how happy he is. My head hurts. My head hurts. Wowee. I've lost my train of thought. As I was saying, as I was trying to say, I can't believe this guy's just stormed into my room. I was not expecting that. I've genuinely not even seen him today. It's just dawned upon me that he was doing some sort of shoot around here, and that's why he's just randomly broken in. Obviously, Skull Thuggery's let him in because there's just no security around here. There's no rules and there's no regulations. There's no grace or decorum. Anybody can just fly in here whenever they want. But what I was saying is Jackson was bringing a lot more to the table. So not only should you at least be equaling what Jackson was bringing in terms of goal output, in terms of hold up, just bring enough to not make us have to think about him, because he wasn't even anywhere near perfect. This guy was immature. This guy was fighting over penalties. This guy was getting sent off quite a few times towards the end of his Chelsea career. But unfortunately, you've come in with exactly the same immaturity, exactly the same ill discipline, but you've not come with the technical ability to match. You've not come with the link-up play, the creativity, the dribbling, the ball carrying, the through balls. I was not expecting any of that. I'd done told a lot of you already, this is not the second coming of Harry Kane. That all-round play Fugazi foolishness was not there. But you've got to bring the strength. You've got to bring the striker's instinct in the box. And you've got to have shots. You've got to be able to be in shooting positions. We can play the blame game all we want, but you're not on the end of the chances. So it has to change. Has to change. So I would have preferred João Pedro to start. I would have preferred, obviously, you never like to see Gusto at left back, guys. You never like to see Gusto at left back, but who else could we have played there? Let me know in the chat. You know, who else could we have played there? You're not going to play Badia Shaw at left back. You're not going to, I mean, Reece James is on the bench, so he's clearly being looked after for today. He'll be back against Man City, so that's understandable. Achampong starts. That's really good news. Brilliant news. He has to start. Is it a bit forced upon the manager because Gusto's not at right back and because there's no Cucurella and there's no Hato, so Achampong has to play on the other fullback position? Maybe. So I don't want to give Maresca too much credit. I'm going to be real, because you weren't going to play James already. You weren't going to play, you didn't really have a choice but to play Achampong. If you didn't play Achampong and you played Chalobah right back and you played Tosin in the middle, you'd be under some serious cussing right now. That's just taking it a step too far, after everything that we've witnessed from Tosin this season, to play him again. That's the only thing he could have done. But that would have been catastrophic from this manager. It looks like a back three. It does. I'm sure Gusto's going to go and play in the midfield, or he's going to go and play as his left 8 underlapping fullback. It's going to be sickening. Hopefully it works. But, I'm never advocating for something like that, especially off the left-hand side. Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez in midfield. Maybe Gusto will step into midfield next to Caicedo in that line. Enzo will push up next to Palmer. The big good news is that Esteval and Palmer are playing together. That's something that we've all wanted to see. I'm hoping that they're going to be interchangeable. I want to see Cole Palmer hanging off the right-hand side, coming in on his left foot, and hopefully Esteval playing in the 10, interchanging from right wing to 10 is going to allow them to double team. Obviously, you're not going to get the overlap. So it's going to allow them to double team, and it's going to allow Palmer to maybe cut inside. Esteval will give him the overlap, and vice versa. Let's have some freedom. Let's have some fluidity. Let's have some unpredictability on that side. Please, 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 please. Right? Because the other two forwards, I already know what I'm getting. I already know what I'm getting from Garnacho. And unfortunately, whether you guys like it or not, you have to kind of start him. Neto, I'm not. Neto is just get the GA and put it in the bag. Put the GA in the bag, because the general overall play is incredibly limited, incredibly frustrating. But these are two head down run individuals. These are two road runners, right? So you only need one of them in the team at once. You can pick between them. Neto's the one that should be delivering more consistently. He's been at the club for longer, cost more money. He should, and I think he has more to him than Garnacho. But Garnacho last game, I said it. He wasn't as bad as he can actually be. If you think that was bad, you ain't seen nothing. This was actually a good day for Garnacho against Aston Villa. So you could make a very fair case that he deserves to start on the left wing again, create a couple of chances. Yes, he's going to miss chances. Again, this is not new information, chat. I told you he's not a good finisher. You can have as many high XG volume shots per 90 you want. He's not a shooter. He's not a consistent clinical shooter. So he can start, and Delap up there, like I said. So it is what it is. It's really just that striker position. But listen, Delap, there's your chance, because I don't really want to see you against Man City. You know, even though that is your former club, I'd much rather João Pedro in a game of that magnitude at the Etihad. So if he wasn't, you know, he's not going to play maybe João Pedro throughout the whole 3 games. Same goes for Reece James. He's going to, you know, João Pedro's had a couple of issues with knocks and niggles this season. So maybe that's just rotation. But yeah, I really have not come into a game for very, you know, this one here, I just did not want today at all. I really didn't want it. I could have happily said Chelsea ain't playing today, and I would have kept it stepping. I really haven't got that Aston Villa result out of my mind. I really haven't. I'm so angry, seething. It's really just ruined my mood this last couple of days. Sunday, out of it on Sunday. Monday, out of it. Tuesday, still pissed. You know, it's gonna take. I don't even know if a win is even gonna help me get over it, because it's still, you know, I don't know. I feel like a big win is needed, and Bournemouth isn't going to be the one. I think it's going to have to be like a Man City or an Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. That's the kind of result, you know, over the 2 legs. That's the type of results it's going to take for me to get that Aston Villa game out of my mind, because it's really that one cut deep. And the Bournemouth team, I mean, we saw Bournemouth play Manchester United. We saw them on the 4-4. They're not in great form. That doesn't really mean anything, I'm not going to lie, because we're very much gift givers in December. So I'm not really looking at Bournemouth thinking, oh, they're not in good form. I'm looking at Bournemouth and thinking they've actually got some good players. Kluivert, when he's at it, very good player. Semenyo, he's going to Manchester City in a couple of days. Brooks, Evan Nilsson, Scott, Tavernier. I speak about Tavernier quite a bit. He was injured last season for large parts, but he's a very good player. They've got good players, Bournemouth, you know? They've got good players. Now, hopefully Petrovic is on his foolishness that we saw at Old Trafford. If he is, then we just need to get shots off and we might actually have some fun. But not a team to take lightly. It's probably Semenyo's last game. I remember when he smashed one on his left foot, I think at the near post against Achampong on the 1v1 at Stamford Bridge not so long ago. I think it was last season, actually, because Achampong couldn't have been playing the season before. So, yeah, real nervous. Like, you know me, I'm not actually usually nervous till kickoff. I was actually very confident going into the Aston Villa game, because I think that game should have been tailor-made for us. We know that Aston Villa are going to come forward. We know that Aston Villa have got something offering the other way. That's the type of game where Brighton's, Aston Villa's, maybe even Bournemouth's, we should be then getting that space in behind. We should be having that back and forth. And then the quality that we have versus what they have should show in both boxes. And when I said on the Big Six about, you know, maybe I didn't come across correctly, but when I said in midfield, the game isn't necessarily decided in midfield. When people talk about the game is won in both boxes, what does that mean? The game is decided in both boxes. Are you going to take your chances? Is the other team going to defend competently and not make individual errors? Is the other team going to take their chances? Or are you going to defend competently and not make individual errors? The game is won in both boxes. I'm not disrespecting the midfield. The midfield is massive. But what I'm saying is, when you lose a game, that doesn't mean that the midfield has failed. It doesn't always mean the midfield has failed. Sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. But when you are a team that has 0.0 XG against you for an entire 45 minutes and you still go on to lose that game, it speaks volumes. And it's not the first time we've taken the lead this season, guys, and we've lost. Happened against Sunderland. Happened against Brighton. Happened now against Aston Villa. I believe there's another game in there as well. Atalanta, actually, in Italy, you know? So 4 times I count this season, we've taken the lead and we've gone on to lose. To lose. You'll say now, we're in France. To lose, guys. To lose. So It's unacceptable. Now, obviously, yes, the midfield in the second half, everybody was shit in the second half. Do you know what I'm saying? But the forwards were shit in both halves. That's what I'll say. You know what I mean? We may have been shit in the second half, the whole team, but in the whole game, the forwards were shit, you know, in terms of not putting that ball in the back of the net more times than they should have. To change the dynamic of the game, to make Aston Villa feel like, whoa, we're really not in this. We shouldn't even bother in the second half. We're done. But we didn't make them feel like that because we left them in the game. Obviously, there's other games tonight. I couldn't really. I say I couldn't care less. Obviously, if Aston Villa beat Arsenal, it's going to be a smile that's probably going to rise. Fine. But I say that, but if we don't do our job, I don't think I'm really going to care. I might speak about it on another show later on the Friday when I got other shows on other channels. But right now, here today, I'm not watching that game. I'm not doing the dual screen. I'm not interested. We have to win. We have to win every game. But at this point, you know, nothing else apart from Chelsea doing their job is going to really change my overall mood. Do you know what I mean? That stuff up there has nothing to do with us. And that's very wrong, you know. It really should have everything to do with us. That game should mean a lot to us because it should mean that we get to capitalize on potentially them dropping points and then it gets us closer, potentially even, you know, go level. That's where we should be. The fact that we're not there, it makes me angry. If Aston Villa win, I might just be angrier because it just means that, again, this race is a bit open, you know? So the fact that you're not in it when it's open is ridiculous. Really, it's a disgrace. So it's a lose-lose situation in some respects, I'll be honest. Playing against Semenyo twice in a week. Yeah, I mean, he's going to play tonight. Depending on when he signs, I mean, I don't think he'll be available for the game at the Etihad. The first is Thursday. I find it very hard to believe he's just going to sign on the first. He's agreed personal terms. I think they're close to agreeing a fee. But then he's got to be registered on the Friday. Maybe they'll rush the deal. Maybe they'll get it done. Maybe he will play on Sunday. It's not out of the possibility, out of the realms. But he's still got to train. He's still got to get used to the new system. And I'd say at best, he's probably going to be on the bench. I don't think he's not going to start. I don't think he's going to start again. But maybe he will be there. That would be bonkers if that is the case. Just waiting for Delap to body slam. Yeah, I mean, the last time he body slammed Sensei, he got injured. So let's see if he wants to do that again. What the fuck is wrong with Assad? Honestly. What kind of stupid question is that? Man said, would you back a girl who's cheated on you a few times? I said, what do you think? What do you think? Do pigs fly? What kind of question is this? You know? I don't even know what relevance that has to what we're talking about in the first place. But yeah, I'm very confused. Are you asking for help? Are you asking for advice? What's the Is he trying to relate that to Maresca? I'm confused. You're going to need to help me with that one because that one's not, it's not joining up for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not joining up for me. Play 3-4-3. Chelsea. We don't have, in my opinion, the team to play that formation and do it well. To play 3-4-3, you need to have centre-backs that are incredibly good on the ball in terms of playing through the lines, carrying the ball into midfield. I don't want to see our defenders with more touches. I want to see them with less touches, if anything. We don't have David Luiz back there, you know, or John Terry. I don't want to see these guys on the ball. You think I want to see Chalobah on the ball any more than he needs to be on? You think I need to see Fofana taking extra touches on the ball? No, I don't. Badiashile putting his studs on the ball? No, I don't. You play a back three for a multitude of reasons. I don't think our defence has got to that point where we need to be doing that. We still have the joint second most amount of clean sheets in this league. We just need to stop playing Badiashile and stop playing Tosin. Stop putting other defenders into this partnership. The only three defenders at centre-back I want to see for the very foreseeable future, and really until the end of the season, is Chalobah, Fofana, and Acheampong. I don't want to see anybody else. I don't want to see anybody else. Everybody else should be potentially just ready to be sold in the January. If we were serious, we would be looking to sell everybody else actually in January. So you're left with Colwell, Chalobah, Fofana, Acheampong, and then you're looking to get one more, whether it's in January or in the summer, and you sell the rest of them. Sell the 2 Monaco centre backs. They can't stay physically fit in Badiashile consistently anyway, and there's too many bozo moments. Sell Disasi, sell Tosin. Just sell them. Keep it stepping. None of them are good enough to be starting now. I've had enough. Why do you back Maresca's mistakes after mistakes? So why didn't you just say that? Why didn't you just say that? You know? Look, I have no problem criticizing the manager. You want the manager sacked, to which I say to you, who do you want in charge? You'll give me a very, very underwhelming name. I will tell you that's not really worth my time. I'll be real. And then what you'll do is you'll say, actually, no, it's not my job to pick the next manager. And then we'll talk about whose job it is to pick the next manager. And I want those people fired. You want to give these directors another crack at the whip in terms of picking another manager. That's on you. I'm not interested. I've said it before. And I said it with Poch. So this was 2 years ago. I'm not interested in the manager going unless the directors are going the same day. Really what you should be doing in a serious project is you're moving the directors out, you're bringing in a director on the level of a Campos, and he is picking the next manager and he is deciding because he's running the sporting project. Not you, Assad, not me. He is running it. When you're running this type of shit show, you need organization and cohesive planning from top to bottom, which means the sporting director comes first. That's the person running the sporting project, the sporting director. That's the definition of the job title. So why are we talking about the manager when you have to replace the sporting director first, who then selects the manager, and then they select the players for the manager? How can you bring in a manager with a system, with a philosophy, with an identity under these sporting directors, unless you think they're doing a good job, where we can just flat out disagree? Some of you are so focused on just doing something, you're not interested in the actual order that it should be done in. What is the point in changing the manager for these directors to continue to sign players that are not fit for purpose, for that manager to then be under the same similar pressure, and knowing full well that there's only one type of manager these guys recruit? It's going to be your Liam. It's going to be your McKenna's. So what's the point? I'm not interested. I'm not interested. The conversation doesn't interest me. It's just talking for talking's sake, in my opinion. I told you who needs to go. And until they're gone, that's my focus, and that's my only interest. I really don't care about the rest, because that's the main thing that can get changed. That's actually gonna move the needle for me. Swapping out the managers with this shitty shambolic recruitment is not interesting me in the slightest. I'll be honest, it's really not. So there's no point to continue asking me about this manager unless he's going to put us in some intolerable position, which we're not in yet. Whether you like to hear it or not, we're not in an intolerable position. These man's objective is top 4. We're in the top 4 race. Congratulations. This is what they wanted. This is the standard and the expectation and the objective that they set at the top of the club. So that is the objective that we're going for. There you go, you know? So until these people up here change the objective, mirror it with the recruitment, then the pressure can be on the manager to be better. But if you're going to have this objective and he's going to be in line with chasing said objective, then the wrong people are being held to account. It's the ownership and the directors that we have to speak about, not the manager. Because the manager is literally just falling into the trap that is set from above. And that doesn't mean he's not making any errors and any mistakes. But I keep telling you, this is the type of manager we keep recruiting. Ones that will continue to make mistakes and have to learn on the job. We don't go after world-class managers. World-class managers don't want to come here because of the recruitment and because of the rules and regulations that these men have put in place. That is it. It's all interlinked. So there's no point yapping about managers. This might actually be as good as it gets in terms of managers at this club under this ownership. That's what a lot of you might have to come to terms with. Because whether you like it or not, this manager does have potential. That's why he's here. And I'm not about to go through the same shit that I went with Jackson and Madueke, all of the teething problems, all of the developing, all of the learning curves, all of the mistakes. Once this manager and these players have ironed out that kind of stuff and they're starting to, then we go and get another rookie. We start all over again. And this person's he can't win the league at least with Maresca, you can firmly say, oh, he needs to be trying to win the league next year. You can say that because he's actually building some experience. You can't say that about Liam. Liam from Strasbourg, what are you going to say about him next year? Top 4, top 5 in his first Premier League season? Can't be asked, man. Give over. Give over. Tired of starting again. Bored of it. Jao with 9 GA in the Prem loss start to Delap Dancer. I think it's just rotation because they want to go with Delap they want to go with Jao Pedro against Man City. But unless Jao Pedro is not capable of starting the 3 games, obviously I'm just thinking I want to see the strongest team because I just want to win the game. We don't have a right to think about Manchester City before we play Bournemouth because we need to beat Bournemouth. And Bournemouth could easily just take something off us the way we've been playing. So Maresca can fail as much as he wants. I can ask you the same question. Maresca is failing for about, what? When were we second? When did we play Arsenal? '30th of November. It's now the 30th of December. So Maresca's been failing for about a month. Let's just say a month, right? He's been failing for a month, where we've then got 1 win in 6 Premier League games. How long do you think the directors have been failing for? Answer me that question. 1 month? 2 months? 3 months? 4, 5, 6? A year? 2 years? Maybe since they arrived, they've been failing. Potentially. If you want to go through the total spend and what we have to show for it and the amount of times we've had to replace players we've just signed in the first 6 months of them being here, how long do you think they've been failing? So let's put this in order. Like I said, let's put this in order. When we can put things in order with objective minds, then we can conversate about people failing as much as they want. Because these brothers that have been failing for years have just got 6-year contracts in the summer. But it's the manager who can fail as much as he wants. Interesting. Again, the logic isn't logicking. I'm getting tired of having these conversations because I've said all of this already. And some of you seem to think that just because we lose, I'm going to change my overall opinion. It's not going to happen. I've told you already with this directors since 2 years ago, they should have had their P45s. And until they have a strong window, which is a minimum 8 out of 10 on the incomings, that reflects a title contending team that isn't still resting on its laurels from Todd Bowley's recruitment with Cucurella and Wesley Fofana and the £100 million midfielders, when it's actually their recruitment that you can hand on heart say has propelled us to a new position, then we can stop talking about them for a moment and move on to the manager. Because then the manager will be under severe pressure to bring home the bacon. Because the squad will reflect that. Until then, we go back to the original problem. Let's just admit we're running a player Ponzi scheme. Yeah, I mean, listen, bro, from the moment you've got McAtee's linked with you, even if it's just a bit of banter, you got problems in your life. You act as if Chelsea are finished without Maresca. They're not finished without Maresca. Maresca is, in Chelsea history, Maresca is a very minute, small issue in terms of he hasn't done much dent or damage in this club to be getting Tuchel, Conte, Mourinho affection, Ancelotti affection. I'm not asked about Maresca. I'm telling you the order of things. If you disagree with the order of things, say it in the super chat or say it in the chat. But you don't seem to disagree with the order. You just seem to just want to just disagree to disagree for arguing's sake. You need to listen to what I'm saying and actually come back with a proper response because you're not coming with a proper response. I'm getting tired of explaining myself. You know, I've given you pure and utter logic. So you better give me some good logic back as to why the manager is the biggest problem at the football club. Because as far as I can see, that ain't the case. Because we've been through quite a few managers now under these directors and we keep stumbling into the same problems and getting turned down by people who are better There must be a reason for that. You know what I mean? There must be a reason why the elite coaches keep rejecting us as well when we keep going back into the manager market. So like I said, it might not get any better than this, you know? But please give me your list of managers that are attainable and realistic for this football club under these owners and directors, and let's go through the list. Let's see if everybody's excited. Let's see. I want to see your list. Let's see. Right, so, yeah, in terms of the team, like I said, in terms of the team, it could have been better by a couple of positions. It could have also been worse by a couple of positions. I think he's managing the weak at the moment, but I don't think the week is going to be able to end anywhere. I don't think the week is going to end well. I don't see us going to Man City and getting a result. The way they're going and the way we're going, I cannot see us getting a result at the Etihad. So really, this is the game, you know? Because that next game, I've got no confidence going into it whatsoever. We're not even good at the Etihad as it is. We always struggle up there. So I've got no confidence going into that game. Absolute zero. 0-0-0. So we need to win this game because the next game is not looking good. I very rarely say we're going to lose a game. Very rarely. But that might be the one where I actually predict a loss. I don't very often do it because we are capable of beating anyone on our day at home when it comes to the big teams. Away from home against the big teams, it's a very different feeling, this Chelsea side. You know, very different feeling over the last couple of years. We don't really do very well away from home at the big clubs, bar Spurs. We don't win at the Emirates. We don't win at Anfield. We don't really win at the Etihad. We're not great away from home against big teams. In you know, Bayern Munich, we obviously lost. So at home and away, big difference for me. Big difference in terms of the feeling and the vibe going in. Unfortunately. We should do the Roman approach instant Prem title. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I'm not expecting the Roman approach because it really can't be replicated. You can't expect people to bankroll consecutive owners. Like, that's a dream. That's literally the Russian dream that we were living, right? You're just not going to get an owner that comes in and just bankrolls the club and just spends and doesn't care about the profits and the losses, and he's just going to take his own money and just put it in and never ask for any back. That is just a ridiculously unrealistic, like, expectation. So there's no point going back to that. Not to mention the PSR and the FFP and all this bullshit that's come in now that wasn't there before. The stadium's still not any bigger. The gate receipts still ain't any higher. I'm not an idiot. I'm not asking for things that don't make sense. But I am asking for a front of shirt sponsorship for the fifth month. How many months into the season are we with no front of shirt? 6 months? 5 months? We're still waiting. So when you're making losses like that every week, every game, because you haven't got that done and you haven't, it's dark. What's going on? It's dark. You're still fucking about. You still ain't got this sorted. When is that getting sorted? What are we doing here? The only team in the country in professional football with no sponsor. We're still here. Don't know what's going on, chat. You know? Don't know what's going on. Still waiting. These men said they're going to shatter Roman. They're going to build better than Roman. They're going to surpass. Slow down there, sweetheart. How about you even just get one? just get a sponsor. Just get one league, one Champions League. Slow down there. You know what I mean? It's not as easy as it looks. Yeah? Slow down there, buddy. Slow down there, buddy. Before you talk about eclipsing. Slow down there, buddy. Just try and see if you can even do it once first. Walk before you run. Fuck it, crawl before you even walk. You ain't even walking. You're not even crawling. You man are lying down on your back. Pause. You man are lying down on your stomach. You can't even move. You can't even lift your chin up. Forget crawling and walking and running. You ain't even up off the ground. Just slow down there. And that's the problem. Arrogance. If there was no arrogance and there was accountability, this would be a lot easier to stomach. This is why I don't go at the manager as much, because the manager has accountability. The manager has reflection. The manager admits. Do you know how many stubborn guys there are in this world that can manage football clubs and think that they just know it all? Ruben Almarims who refuse to change their ways and just say, oh yeah, like Ange Postecoglou, you know, like there's so many examples of pure stubbornness, no admittance of doing anything wrong or anything with the lineup or the substitutions, the team selections, nothing. But these owners and these sporting directors, there's no humility about them. They just think that they're just the bee's knees. I'd love to have one of them on branching out. Just one of these directors, one of these guys, to just talk to them. Why are you so confident? Who gassed you? I want to know who gassed you. Because you haven't won anything at Brighton. You've not won anything at Monaco. Who gassed you? Which former institution did you build and win consecutive titles with to get this level of gas in your system? At least with the others, like the Edwards and the Campuses, there's a record. There's a clear track record of winning trophies at the highest level. So you can actually understand if there's some arrogance and there's some sort of shoulder rolling. But I want to know where yours comes from. Where? This is the first big club that all of you have ever been at. And you're failing miserably. And there's no humility. There's no humility. It's mad. Like I said, at least be humble. At least be open to understanding that you're not the shit. At least. But we don't have that. I don't think they'll come to my house for a sit down, bro. That was me joking. How you being a mod and you don't understand me at this point? Come on, man. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. Humility is a new word that I just made up. It's a new word I just made up. What time are we at, man? 15 minutes till this game starts. Boy, I've never been so anxious about a football match in a very, very long time. Because usually there's a gap. I mean, when we're that bad, let me see, how many games has it been now? Yeah, usually there's a bit of respite, guys. There's no respite for the wicked. Honestly, part of me just wants this game to hurry up and pass, man. Genuinely. I'm not looking forward to this at all, man. A part of me just wants this game to pass. Really. It's not even a fast start. I think the main problem I have with this team right now is they can't seem to play two halves the same way. There's no consistency from half to half. It's literally one half and the other half, and it's two completely different football clubs. So even if we start this game well, and we're playing well, and we're looking like the shit, and we even score a goal, I'm still going to be bricking it. I'm still nervous now because I'm just reminding myself these guys can't perform for 90 minutes. And they also don't actually know how to defend a lead, and they can still not just draw from a winning scenario, but lose at home at Stamford Bridge. This is their favorite place to take the lead and to lose. 3 times. Villa, Sunderland, Brighton. So you actually can't enjoy until it's done. And we have to be 3-0 up before you can actually start to enjoy this today. Like, genuinely, that's what we're on. Because otherwise, anything can happen. And you can see Brighton's attackers. As much as they're not world class, you know that they can hurt us. You know that on any given day, Tavernier, Brooks, Clivert, Semenyo, Evan Nilsson can cause us problems. You know that for a fact. You know? The only hope that I'm clinging to is that the centre-back pairing today is back as it usually is. and they're not bozos, and they can play well together, and they have racked up clean sheets together. Sanchez is in really good form. Acheampong I trust, and Gusto left back is a bit long, but we're gonna have to deal with it. And so that's what I'm looking at. I need Caicedo at his very best. I need Enzo Fernandez at his very best. Enzo Fernandez, you have to step up. You have to step up today. I'm getting tired of the back and forth conversations over you, I rate him. I really rate him highly. But if we're going to keep going back and forth over this player, I'd rather just get rid. When it's all said and done, I'd rather just get rid. You get another midfielder in who's more athletic and more athleticism in terms of the box-to-box role. And certainly off the ball is going to help Caicedo more. And there's going to be more of a balance in terms of the equality of defending. Like, it's going to be equally spread. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be lopsided. As sometimes it would have been with Jorginho and Kante. People will probably reflect upon that one. And yeah, just, the one thing I hate is player politics. I hate it. I can't stand it. It's one of those reasons why I just couldn't wait for Mason Mount to leave. When a player is like causing such a clear divide in terms of the fan base, it's so toxic in terms of like the opinions are so polarizing. I'm so ready to just get rid of that player. Because really, we're not here to support the individuals. We're here to support the club. And it's much easier to know he's shit, he's really good, he's shit, he's really good. I don't like making loads of excuses. I don't like massive polarizing opinion on one guy, because that means that there's way too many factors involved in how and they should play. Oh, he needs to be a deep line playmaker, can't be an 8, can't be this and that. Tired of that shit. Just, you don't have those conversations about all the players, because some of them are just complete. So I'm very much on that. If we can't make this work, for the good of the football club and for the good of the balance of the team, we just keep it stepping. Not everybody that leaves we don't rate, but if it's not working consistently, and the win rate, I saw the win rate was dark with Enzo Fernandez in the team earlier today. Our win rate without him is much higher than with him, which is scary because he's a £105 million player. If it's going to cause this much grief and this much, just move. It's really not that deep, I'll be real. I've seen players that I like play at other clubs before in terms of the technical level, in terms of what I think they can be. Just go. Moving up. We're so happy to flip players anyway. He's been here the longest out of everyone. And the thing is, he's got some intangibles that people will like and whatnot, all the, the rough and tumble. But like I said, man, I ain't got time for this shit. All I want is a Premier League title. All I want is a Champions League title. I don't really care about how we get it and who has to get it with us. I ain't bothered. There's some untouchables in this squad. Palmer, Caicedo, Reece James. Those are like your untouchables. Colwell, if he could keep him, if he gets back to the level that he was showing towards the back end of the season, but he's got to do that for a whole season. He's got to do that for seasons. Esteval will hopefully be that untouchable. You wouldn't want to move him on at all, the talent that he has. But there's only about, for me, Acheampong I'd say is untouchable because I believe his talent is that high. I think his potential is that high. There's some talents that I truly believe in so much that they are untouchable in terms of if you were to sell them, you are going to regret it. But there's probably maybe 5, 6 guys, 7 guys, max, that are untouchable. And then after that, long day, I'm not going to cry if anyone else is going, You haven't achieved enough here for me to cry. I've seen Premier League winners. I've seen Champions League winners. You know what I mean? You ain't got to that level for me to be too asked about your departure. Who would you want to see joining the team in 2026? Luis Campos. Luis Campos would be the most important and the best individual we could bring into this football club in 2026. No player would be better than Luis Campos. No manager would be better than Luis Campos. Luis Campos would be if I could pick one person to come into this club, Luis Campos. Everybody else leave. All directors leave. And owners literally are forbidden to get involved in sporting. You provide the money and that's it. Like literally, you provide the money And that is it. The sporting director is running every and all sporting activities. You are to have no say. No say whatsoever. You provide the money. And all that the SDs just go. And then Campos can pick his own scouts. And that's it. Job done. I'll back that. You know what I mean? I'll back that. And we'll see where we go from there. Because then he picks the manager, I'll trust him with that decision. He picks the players, I'll trust him with that decision. So all of that stuff just falls afterwards. Do you know what I'm saying? It all just falls afterwards. Whereas if you pick from the bottom, like you pick a specific player or you pick a specific manager who might get frustrated with the recruitment, the player might succumb to the failings of the rest of the team, you're still back in square one. You know, you're still back in square one. I didn't say that was possible. I said that would be, you know, that would be my, he asked me for my pick. I didn't say it was going to happen. I don't know if Cucurella's injury is bad. Let me actually take a look at the latest on that, if there's any quotes. I don't even know. When is Hato meant to be back as well? Because either or, obviously Cucurella is by far the better player, but either or, if we could have one left back available, that would be great. You know? One left back available would be fantastic. Maresca's latest quotes, let's go through them. Liam Delap will help us with runs in behind and Esteval will help us with quality on the ball. Cucurella is okay. Hopefully he'll be available for the game against Manchester City. And that is it from the manager that I can see so far. Let me just double, triple check if there's anything else. No, that's everything, chat. Nothing on Hato. Nothing on Hato. I don't know when he'll be back. Please, let's not bring up Ben Chilwell. Let's not do that. We need to stop bringing up our ex-players. We really do. Next thing we'll be talking about Armando Broyo and why is he not here? No, there's no Mark Yu. Can I just see Dacha Fofana play for my club one time? What is going on? I think that one was sarcasm. Yeah, I don't know why people want Rudiger back. He's not playing at the same level when he was here. And he's also picking up injuries the last couple of years. So I don't really know why people would want Rudiger back. Again, ex-players all the time, just leave it alone. It's done. Leave it alone. The ex-players is done. Is done. Move on, please. You'll save yourself a lot of energy. It's done. Finished. We need to sign new players and they need to be good. High quality. New history to write. We're not going back to old ex-players. They're not going to bring us back to the summit. They're not going to take us back to the title. It's not going to happen. Leave it alone. It's done. Just leave it alone. Right. Get your score predictions in the chat as well. I've actually got a poll that's up at the moment. I'm going to close in a few minutes. Chelsea win 59%. It's the same 60-ish% that we had at the weekend, and that went terribly wrong. Draw 18% and Bournemouth win 23%, according to the chat. 2,500 votes as well. And that's what people are saying. I think I said 1-0 win on the Big Six. You know, if I can't predict us to beat Bournemouth at home, then we're in a whole heap of trouble. I won't be predicting a win against Man City regardless of tonight. I can tell you that for free. So it's not every time I'm going to predict a win. But Bournemouth at home, I tried to give us the just about, you know, the win. I'm very low on confidence, but just to sneak it in there because I think it obviously can happen. We can beat Bournemouth tonight, as crazy as it sounds right now. Yeah, it should be Semenyo's last game. Yeah, he should be signing for Manchester City at the very early part of January. I'm sure Bournemouth are you know, Bournemouth, the release clause is there. There's not really anything to negotiate about. We know up until the 10th of January, the release clause is 65 million. A whole host of clubs were interested. Manchester City, the only ones that are going to agree personal terms. That's the preference of the player. So there is no negotiation. There's nothing holding this deal up. He's fit and well, medical. He's agreed personal terms, and Man City have reached the release clause. There's no way this deal doesn't go through, you know? So it should really go through on the first, the latest the second, but it should really go through the first few days of the window because I don't think Man City are waiting around. It's not the signing that they're making for the future. They're making a signing for this season to win the Premier League title. They believe that Semenyo is going to play a big enough part and improve them enough to win the league, whether that is starting week in, week out, or starting 60, 70% of the games on the flank, an upgrade on Savinho, an upgrade on Oscar Bob, an upgrade in the end product of Doku. Because as good as Doku is 1v1, the end product is still not there in terms of the goals and whatnot. So they're just looking to win that league. That's what that signing says. It doesn't say project. It doesn't say future. It doesn't say That's So Raven Visions, Disney Channel with the wand. It's now, today. Can we win the league this season? Can we win the Champions League this season? That's what it is. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that could stop that move is if Semenyo was to get injured today, yes. Yeah. That is the only thing that would stop that from going through. Which is a little bit why it might be a surprise that he plays tonight, because that's a bit of a risk from Bournemouth's perspective that you got a £65 million transfer going through the bank on the next couple of days and you're still risking your player's fitness. But, you know, that is the only thing. And this was the game that we played less than a month ago, because we've actually had I mean, this is ridiculously rare, but you got a situation where we're playing a team that we've played literally a couple of weeks ago, and it was a nasty 0-0. And yeah, I was this close to, well, I ended up hoovering. And I was really not interested anymore. One second. Let me just quickly go through the other games that are on as well whilst we're waiting for kickoff, but we're nearly there. I'm actually going to get the timer ready as well. We're going to kick off very, very soon. Boy, Liam Delap. Out of everybody in that starting 11, my patience with him is at the bottom. If he does anything stupid today, that is a guaranteed crash out on my part. I'll be honest. My patience with him is so thin. So thin. He's becoming borderline unlikable. And I very rarely dislike my own players, but he is becoming unlikable if he doesn't stop this shit. So today, of all days, please don't even start with that. Just don't even start with that nonsense. I'm really struggling with him at the moment. All right, I'm going to set the timer in a second. So it should be kicking off soon. Just waiting. Man. I'm not looking forward to this, man. Man, please do not make my blood pressure rise today. Right, we've kicked off. Let's see what these men are on today, man. Here's the lap. Good. Good start. Wins the corner. West Ham up against Brighton, 0-0. Forest up against Everton, 0-0. Burnley up against Newcastle, 0-0. And then United are at home to Wolves and Arsenal at home to Villa in the 8:15 kickoffs as well, chat. Ball in. Flicked on, please. No one's there. Nobody's there. Chelsea in possession at the moment. Good play, Achampong. Nice. Caicedo. Oh, Sanchez. Chalobah is playing left side, centre back. He's going to be in the left of the three. Or maybe today we might actually just play a flat four. Be something different for once. Gusto's in line with Caicedo. Achampong. The thing is with Achampong is because he's got experience last season and a bit of this playing in midfield, mainly last season, it wouldn't surprise me to see him, Caicedo and Gusto in line, and it's just Fofana and Chalobah. So it's almost like a 2-3. Depends how Bournemouth press, I guess, and how much we trust Fofana and Caicedo and Chalobah to fizz the ball through. And they just, if they don't need the extra help of the extra defender. Semenyo as a long throw expert is baffling me all season. This guy is a winger who dribbles and carries and scores, and this guy takes long throws. It doesn't seem right. Surely that's got to be a defender that does that. So the game's gone. Genuinely, the game's gone. We've not won the first ball, second ball. Still not away. Semenyo, oi. Oh my God. Thank goodness, Sanchez. It's gone for the long kick. Set Garnacho on his way. It's too much. Petrovic comes out. Clears it into the stands. Throw in. Good quick thinking from Sanchez to try and release Garnacho, but just overcooked it. I was hearing people talking about signing potentially Barco from Strasbourg as a backup left back for Cucurella. I was enraged. I think this guy, I'm pretty sure, is playing central midfield this season for them. He must be about 5'3". And he was already at Brighton, didn't get a kick. That back post of ours is going to get absolutely obliterated with someone like him at left back, man. When are we going to start taking pride in defending at this club? It's crazy work. If I was a team and I saw him at left back, the way I would just float those crosses to the back post every single time. Cash money. And the 1v1 defending. It's like we actually want to suffer as a people. We come up with ideas like that. Headed away. right. We're all right. Oh. Can't wait for the cup games, man. The league is it's very underwhelming at the moment. We already know what we're in for. Long term, we're going to be going up until maybe the last couple of weekends for top 4, top 5 if the coefficient's there. Very underwhelming, man. At least with the cup, you can fake it till you make it. Here's Evan Nilsson in behind. Is he going to get a shot off? Blocked by Fofana. Out for a throw-in. Chalobah got sucked in. Fofana on the cover. I think he was trying to go touch tight, but got caught in no man's land, really. The flick on wasn't there quick enough. I don't know what he was trying to do. Long throw. Flicked on. Oh my God, we're 1-0 down. Oh my God, is this going to count? Of course it is. It's just never ending. Another long throw. It's like Lincoln all over again. Lose the first ball. Second ball, lost it. Garnacho's marking Brooks, and it just gets stabbed home. I think Chalobah and Fofana went up for the same ball, and we still lost the first header. I need to be careful with what I say because genuinely, I'm at a loss now. I'm really starting to break. I really need to. For me, it's better not to speak now. I'll be honest. It's much better not to speak, guys. If this is VAR, is it going to be a foul on Sanchez? I don't think so. I don't think so. They're checking it for a possible handball. Nah. I need to see another angle, but don't think we're getting that. Let me see. Oh, this is not the angle, man. Show a different angle. Is that hit his shoulder, his chest, or his arm? I don't know. The angle that they keep showing so shit. It's so funny because Maatsen has probably hit him in the same part. Well, actually, no, Maatsen's was even worse. Should have been a penalty. It's going to count. It's going to count. My soul is leaving my body. Watching this lot. Soon I will just be a mere figure watching these games. I don't understand why both of our centre-backs have gone for the first ball and lost it. Surely as a centre-back, the two of you must be thinking, if we don't get this clear and we're both going for the same ball, what hope do the rest of the defence have? What kind of position are we putting the rest of our defence in if we don't get this clear and there's two of us going for the same ball? Surely it'd be better off if one of you go for the first ball and then the second one attempts to clean up if the first one doesn't get it. I don't know what goes through our brains back there. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I really don't understand what's going on anymore. If I can't trust these two to defend that type of situation, I have nothing left. I genuinely have nothing left because the rest of the defence is cooked in terms of centre-back options. So if I can't trust you two with Cole out, we're finished. It's as simple as that. We must have conceded a goal like that about 5 times this season. Brentford away, I think. Lincoln, I'm sure. I can't even remember. That bare long throws. It's the first time I'm seeing Estevar even on the ball. Here he is. He's gone past one. They want a penalty off Semenyo. Not going to get it. Estevar's absolutely fuming. Chalobah, he's let the ball bounce. Brilliant. Estevar. Oh, sorry, Evan Nilsson. Oh my goodness. That is horrendous defending from Chalobah. Absolutely horrendous defending. You'd never let the ball bounce. Enzo. Is Garnacho. Estevar's still pissed. Still talking to the 4th official. Are they doing a VAR check? Is it a pen? Estevar's so angry, it's making me want to see a replay. Because the way he's kicking off. Because Semenyo is not a good tackler, obviously. So, you know, it would be no surprise if he did give away a pen. But I need to see it again. They're checking for a possible penalty. Surely that means we're going to get this. If they're checking. Okay, come on. Let's get this show on the road, please. Well, let's see if this is going to be a penalty or not. He's got his arm. Brings it down. Yeah, touch. Yeah, penalty for me. It's got to be a penalty. He's collided with his back leg, trailing leg when he's running with the ball. Bang, first touch, then hits his other leg. Yeah, penalty, man. Penalty. Simple. There's no way you can say he's dived. There's absolutely no way you can say he's dived. Semenyo's just come in, took his arm, and then he's clattered into the back of his leg, which has then made Estevar trip over his own foot. If this is not given as a penalty, I don't even know what's going on in this world. Honestly, if this is not a penalty, I don't even know if I can be asked anymore. This country's finished for officiating. The Matson situation at the weekend was bad enough. This one here is Stonewall. Yeah? Good. You're going to give the penalty? Fantastic. Thank you. Thank God. There's hope in the world. Decisions are being made. There's hope in the world. There's nothing to complain about if you're Bournemouth with that one, I'm afraid. Like, you did it to yourselves. No one told you to go and clatter into my man. You know what I mean? You just took the lead. You couldn't be in a better position. Our confidence is absolutely on his arse. No one told you to do that. The life-saving, I mean, the life that you've just given us for that. I don't actually understand what you lot are doing. Genuinely, I don't know what you lot are doing with that one. Crazy. This is a gift. Here's Palmer. Cole Palmer stepping up. Long wait. Fucking hell, we're waiting a while, aren't we? Jesus Christ, how much longer are we going to wait? Oh, thank goodness. Come on. Oh, my days. That was so close. Petrovic almost saved it. It's a good penalty from Palmer because he struck it well and it's right in the corner. But I'm telling you, if it's not struck well in that corner, it's getting saved. Boy, it's only the pace of the ball that's beat Petrovic. He's dived exactly where that ball's gone. His right hand is just a millisecond too late. It's the pace that's beat him. If that ball isn't struck properly, it's saved. It's saved. My days, boy. All the slander Petrovic has been catching, he almost got his lick back. Oh my days. Mm. "16 minutes gone, 1-1. Honestly, I don't even know how to feel anymore. Just going through the motions. Anything can happen today. Could easily be another 4-4. We just have to see, chat. Can't trust us anymore. In both boxes now, I don't even know what to do. Brooks. Oh my God. My days, guys. Set pieces and long throws, we do not look good. When crosses come into our box, and we've been saying it for a few weeks, even though the clean sheets have been there in that run. Recently, when the ball comes into the box, we look so vulnerable. The Newcastle game, we conceded from 2 crosses. Today, long throw, that cross again. When it comes to defending from wide areas recently, it is so bad. So bad, guys. It's not filling me with confidence, these crosses coming in the way we are. No one taking any ownership with the ball coming into the box. We just let it go straight through everybody. Straight through. And there's not an aerially dominant enough centre-back. Fofana and Chalobah, this is not the perfect partnership. This is the partnership we've been left with because we've got nothing left. But really, if you want a balanced partnership, neither of these two have enough authority. I'm going to use that word, authority, in their game in terms of leadership, in terms of primary centre-back, in terms of aerial prowess. Neither of these two should be, you should have one and then you should have someone else who is exactly as I've just mentioned. Rudiger in his prime, Van Dijk. Are we going to concede again? Are we going to fucking concede again? How many more chances are Bournemouth going to get? How many more moments are they going to get on our goal? We're getting cut open so easily. Look how easy it was for them to get through us. They should be 2-1 up. They've had better, clearer chances than us. We've had the penalty. That will inflate the XG. Look at this. Between Achampong and Caicedo. And then Evan Nilsson and them. Oh, my. Luckily, it's straight at Sanchez. Luckily. We're asking to concede a second. Look at that. Straight at Sanchez. If he drills that in near post, it's 2-1. Sanchez not getting anywhere near it. It's a great save because he does stick his hand out. But we're asking for it, guys. We're really asking for it. We're not playing well. That's why it was a gift for them to give us that penalty in terms of how stupid it was from them to make that tackle from Semenyo. Because we're not actually playing well. We had that one little Delap run on the right in the first few minutes. Apart from that, that's it. Look at that Chalobah letting the ball bounce. Fucking hell, I hate it. I hate it. It's just a disgrace. Genuinely. Delap. Nope. It was a nice bit of play from Palmer and Delap, and then Garnacho's not in front of his man in time, then cleared. I don't understand. We don't when someone, and this pisses me off so much, it happens all the time. I don't know why, especially with us. No one ever commits to the near post with enough aggression and anticipation when someone else has it wide and it's clearly they're going to do a cutback. I don't understand what's wrong with us. Why is no one ever busting their lungs to get to the near post? Like, is this not like bread and butter? Is this not bread and butter in your brain? If someone's on the touchline or someone's looking like they're about to cut that ball back, why are you not at the near post? There has to be one at the near post and one at the back post. Why? What else could you possibly be doing on the pitch at that moment if you're one of the attackers, apart from being at that near post? Here's Sanchez, Enzo, Garnacho. Oh, man. Esteval. Go on. Quickly before they double up on you. Go on. That's it. Yeah. Unlucky. Well, he's done something today. He's won the pen. That's good. Palmer. Back in. There. Right. Garnacho. Look at Garnacho. Nice. Cut in. Shoot. Enzo. Yes! What a finish! That's the finish you should have had against Villa. That's the finish you should have had against Villa. Same assist, same cutback or same ball back for you, and you put it wide. That's the strike that was needed at the weekend. Great strike. Brilliant shot. Top corner. He's another one I said I need something today. Enzo Fernandez. What a shot. It's the same pass Garnacho gave him in the first half against Villa, and he put it wide. That one, he's put it right in the top corner. And you could see the opportunity before it even happened because the ball was just getting over there slowly but surely. The space was always over there. I thought Enzo Fernandez's first touch put him in some shit, but he managed to make it work. Finds that yard, and you're just begging for him to at least hit the target, and he's hit the top corner, and his keeper's not getting anywhere near it. Come on. What a shot. What a shot. But that's what he should be doing. That's the type of strike he should be having from that position. It shouldn't be going anywhere else. It's got to hit the target, bare minimum. That range, hit it with enough power accuracy. The keeper can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about it. And somehow we managed to turn this around inside 24 minutes. And to be honest, the 2 or 3, you could say 3 times we've actually gone forward into their or near their penalty box, we've had a penalty and a goal. And obviously there's the lap situation winning the corner. I don't think he even got to the penalty box. But, you know, it's not wave after wave. But when we get up there, we're getting some joy. So, I don't know. That should give us some confidence at least to say, hey, if we actually keep attacking, we actually keep getting goals against this Bournemouth team. Because defensively, they seem to be a little bit shaky. Unfortunately, so do we. Pleasantly surprised that we managed to turn around the score as quickly as we have after conceding that first. Now let's see what we go to do from here, chat. Let's see what we go to do from here. My camera's out of focus. Oh yeah, it is out of focus. Yeah, we should be all right now. No, there won't be any jinx from me today, I'll tell you that. These men took it all out of me on the weekend. You ain't gonna see no confidence from me until this final whistle blows. I'll be real. Can't trust us anymore. Can't trust us anymore. It's worse. Bro, what the fuck is going on with this camera? It must be a settings thing because there's literally no reason for this to be happening. I'm gonna have to ask what the fuck's happened. Oh, is it fine now? Yeah, it should be fine. No, for me, it's actually still not. He's not even trolling. It's actually a little bit. Oh, it's not in focus. This team are fucked. Oh man, this is just long. This is just so long. This is so long. Are you not bored? Another long throw. What the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Another long throw. What is wrong with these centre backs? What are you doing? Chalobah's just flicked it on. We're just happy to help. We're just happy to help. You need the ball flicked on into a more dangerous scenario. Here's the flick on. Here's the help. Here's the helping hand. Because why not? Shambolic defending again. Shambolic. This is schoolboy defending. This is literally non-league defending. These people should be ashamed of themselves for the way that they're defending these long throws. Ashamed of themselves. I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling with these players. I'm really struggling. And for me, that is why he is a squad player. He is a squad player. Whenever the Chalobah gas gets a little bit too high, we have to just bring it right back down to earth. Squad player. Sometimes people get a little bit too excited in this fan base. I've seen it before. Oh, he's in great form, so that means he's just fantastic all season. No, he was making mistakes at the start of the season against Fulham, against Man United. No, don't lie. Don't start chatting shit. He was making mistakes. Oh, Chalobah's been good all season. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Don't lie. Okay, cool. It was Tossin's fault. Cool. But he's not a starter for a title-winning team. Let's not forget that. This is a squad player. Squad player. Because that type of bullshit cannot run. You see that kind of defending cannot run. You don't see Saliba doing that. You don't see Gabriel doing that. You do not see it. It's not good enough. That is not good enough. And I see it too often. I see it too often. The camera can't focus, bro. Even the camera's finished. Because it can't quite believe what the hell's going on. Look at this, look at the scoreboard. Finished. Finished. Everything's cooked. Everything's cooked. I don't even think I even care anymore about this thing. If it doesn't focus now, I'm done. Don't know what the fuck is wrong with it. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this camera, and I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this team. I don't know. I don't know.
It's a goal fest.
Bruv.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Bruv, what the fuck? What the fuck?
It's a Christmas miracle.
Look at the fuck. Look at the camera.
I need this in 4K.
Yeah, you do, don't you? So look at the fucking state of this. It's getting worse. I don't know what the fuck's going on. This is special. This is absolutely special performance. This is reminding me, guys, of the Man United Bournemouth 4-4 game that we watched here, Old Trafford. We did a watch along. This is exactly the same thing. Two teams that can't defend, and it's just end to end, goal fest. Great for the neutral, but for us, it leads to dropping points if we keep playing like this. It's just a joke. Thanks, Skull. Everybody say thank you, Skull, in the chat. If not for Skull, my tears wouldn't be in 4K. Oh, I really can't be bothered. I really can't be bothered. Caicedo booked Mrs. City. You're taking the piss. Wait, he hasn't been booked, has he? Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Did you guys forget about that? If Caicedo gets booked, he misses City. Is he booked? Yeah, he is. He's booked. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did we forget? If Caicedo gets booked, he misses Manchester City at the weekend? He's already missing the first leg against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. He's already booked. We will be going to the Etihad with no Caicedo. We will be playing against Arsenal in the first leg with no Caicedo. Sorry I didn't hear it. I don't have commentary on. I should actually just put it on. That's the only thing I'm missing from this shambolic performance is having the commentary on, which I can have. So I don't know why I'm not having it. This is a fucking nightmare of a game. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Sorry I didn't see you say that because I wasn't looking at the chat. I've been so enthralled, so invested into the shit show that I'm watching. I didn't see it in the chat. I must have had a different tab open. Apologies. It's only just coming to my realization now that Caicedo is missing the game against Man City. I've got so much to be angry about. I couldn't even decide what to pick. So I had to leave that part till later. Oh my days. We're so cooked. We got 10 games in January, and this is how we're ending December. And we're starting January without our best midfielder. This month of January could even be worse than December itself. Look at this ball across the box. Look at this! Look at this! We're going to concede a third. Look at the state of this, guys. We're cooked. We got 10 games in December. We can't rotate the team because we can't trust the depth in the centre backs, in the flanks, in anywhere. We can't trust it. We are cooked. We are absolutely cooked. You think December was bad? How do you think January's gonna go? When you got so many games. Napoli away, Arsenal at home, City away. Cooked. Ran through in midfield today. Midfielders on a booking. Josh is struggling on the right. Everybody's struggling. The whole defense is struggling. Cooked. The whole defense. There's not one person in the defense that's playing well. Everybody in defense is playing shit. Shit. Palmer. Ball in. Header wide. Oh, man. Ten minutes to half time. This is an actual shootout, guys. And we just have to pray that we're on the right end of it because this is a shootout. You can forget about defending in this game. Here's Esteval. Play it to Palmer. Palmer. Nope. 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 As soon as I saw him take that first touch, I said, we're finished. Should have just shot on the right foot. Not going to get a better chance than that chance there in that moment. Or just put it across the box. But then, to be fair to him, there was a lot of Bournemouth players ahead of Garnacho. So that's again because no one's at the near post. Garnacho's trying to get to the near post, but it's too late. Fuck's what's going on now? Oh, goodness me. Oh. God. Oh my goodness me. Please not another long throw. Please. Please not another long throw. I beg. I don't want to see another long throw. Please. Stop. Have mercy. Stop the long throws. The long throws are like conceding penalties right now. Every single long throw we get abused. Please stop them. I'm tired of seeing Semenyo. I thought my biggest issue was going to be Semenyo's dribbling and shooting. It's the long throws. We keep flicking them on like absolute imbeciles. Oh my goodness. Ball going into the box. Bournemouth back at it again. Semenyo. What kind of challenge is that? Is Achampong okay? This brother just climbed on him. How the hell was that not giving us a free kick? This brother climbed on top of his head. Look at this. Bruv. How the hell is that not a free kick for Bournemouth? Achampong's been poor today, man. Oh, my goodness. He might have to be a centre-back. The last couple of right-back performances have been fishy. He might have to be a full-time centre-back. And that's so strange because at academy level, he's a right-back. Then again, he's a teenager, so it's going to be ups and downs. Here's Palmer, Esteval. He's going up against one of the best left wingers in the league, though, to be fair. So I think he struggled against him last time. He did concede the goal. Fofana, you going to let the ball bounce? Nice. That's how you do it, Trevor. Yeah? That's how you do it, Chalobah. Enzo. Ball. Delap. Nobody in the box. Not a single soul. Garnacho. The names in attack that I'm calling out after 1 point, God knows how many billion spend. It's just a disgrace. These are the names I'm calling out. Garnacho and Delap. Jesus. Fucking disgrace. Should be calling out Elise. Ball in. Nobody there. Fucking hell, Achampong is struggling, man. Even the tackle on Evan Nilsson, look at this. He's not in control at all. It's been so poor over there, man. So poor. He's getting cooked. Semenyo is absolutely cooking him. Oh my God. Semenyo is having an absolute field day on this left-hand side. Oh my days. Yeah, we're getting cooked. We're getting cooked. Brooks. Oh my God. And then you got Gusto defending on his wrong side. It's just an absolute collapse. Collapse. Absolute collapse in this defense. The fullback, centre-back, everything. Collapse. And then a yellow card in Caicedo who can't put a foot in. It's collapse back there. Getting absolutely ragdolled. Dragged. Up and down. Getting chopped by fullbacks. Split open in midfield. It doesn't matter where they attack. Left, right, middle. They're carving us open. Look at Gusto. Oh, man swiped his left foot. Jeez. We're finished back there. Finished. My goodness, we're cooked. We can't defend from set pieces, can't defend from long throws, can't defend in open play, can't defend the right channel, the left channel, middle. Finished. Who's going to defend? Are we going to... I'm not even going to ask who's on the bench. Don't even think about it. Can't bring Tosin on. Can't bring Badiashile on. Can't bring these guys on. Cooked back there. Ball in again. Lost the first header again. Sanchez throws out to Esteval. Oh, my days. Sanchez is going to end up being our most creative player. Here's Palmer. Esteval. That's not the pass, Enzo. Enzo. Gusto's gone to the right. Achampong's gone to the left. Good. You had to do something. Let's see if it works, but we were getting absolutely destroyed on both sides. You had to switch them. It was getting embarrassing. Could not watch that for another 5 minutes. Probably Achampong's worst performance in the Chelsea shirt this season. Actually, it is his worst performance. It's not even have to think about it. Ramblings of a madman. Yeah, we already know that Enzo Fernandez doesn't help Caicedo enough in central midfield when he's defending. And this is the issue. Because when the manager plays him in the 10, He's in between the lines doing up shuttle bus runs and box crashing, and people don't like that. And then when you play him in the pivot, in the deep lying playmaker position, which everybody wants to play him in, back to the Graham Potter days, he can't fucking defend. This is the problem of Enzo Fernandez right here. This is why it's such a problem and such a debate. Where do you play him? It's not as simple as it sounds. The amount of times we've played him in the 10 for this very reason, to just be a box crasher, people complain. You play him in the pivot, this is what happens. Against any team that wants to go back and forth with you, you're fucked in midfield because he can't defend in open play and get across the ground as good as others need to in that area of the pitch. That's why the manager's struggling with this. You saw Pochettino put him in the same position. He had him fucking running off the striker. This Enzo Fernandez thing is not easy to solve. I'm getting tired of trying to solve it. If you don't find a solution by the summer for what the fuck this guy has to do in the team and where he has to play, keep it stepping. And that is a three-man midfield, yes, probably. We don't play a three-man midfield. We have to play with the 10 because we don't overlap the fullbacks. Getting tired, bro. If you're going to play a 4-3-3, you have to overlap the fullbacks. This is why it won't happen, because the manager doesn't overlap the fullbacks. You can't play a 4-3-3 and not send the fullbacks overlapping. They can't come into midfield because you've got 3 midfielders. They can't go up into the 10 because that's just literally ridiculous. I have no problem with us trying a 4-3-3. You put Palmer on the right, you overlap Gusto, you go 3 in midfield, but then Cucurella also then has to have the license to potentially overlap on the left. But I don't know if Cucurella is really that great at overlapping. I'm not going to lie. I can't remember the last time I've seen him overlap. Maybe at Brighton. How good is his crossing, you know? How good is his link-up and his interchanging with a winger? I don't really think Cucurella is that kind of fluid kind of guy that you want to be interchanging and connecting and combining with, but he could probably do a job. But the wingers... We don't have good enough wingers to do that, though. I don't rate them highly enough to be relying upon them in a front three like that. Not going to get enough goals. Enzo will still end up doing the same thing he's been doing, which is box crashing, guys. Whether he starts in the 10 or he starts as the 8 and moves into the 10, he's still going to end up being in similar zones. It's just the starting position might change, you know, but he's still going to be box to box. That is what an 8 is. It's a box to box midfielder. So the athleticism and the box crashing, that's still all part of what an 8 does, you know? Palmer, Enzo, Palmer. Is that not a foul throw? That's a foul throw, bro. Honestly. Stress. The absolute stress. I just want half time to come so we can have a break from this. Genuinely. The chat is at civil war. I swear, bro, I just want half time. That's all I want is half time. This first half has felt like 90 minutes. Here's Esteval. Gusto. Since we've put Gusto over there, we haven't had an absolute flurry of shit coming our way down that side. So at least that tweak has put us in a more competitive position, because if that had not been swapped, those two, we would have been in for an absolute pamming in both flanks. But we'll see how that goes in the second half. Because you can't, half time now, you can't switch the defenders. These defenders here that are on this pitch, they have to get a grip in this game and learn how to defend in open play and on dead ball situations. Because there's absolutely nobody on that bench in defense that I trust to come on and improve this team. So you lot need to figure it out. I don't want to see tossing, and I don't want to see Badiashile. The only person you can make a play for is Reece James, to go right back to deal with Semenyo, because he's the biggest threat in terms of quality for Bournemouth. But even Brooks is causing us issues on the right-hand side as well, you know? But, yeah, at the moment, it's been awful, because you can't go back and forth with Bournemouth. You can't punch and Bournemouth punch you back, and then you punch them and then they punch you back. Like, this is not, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable to be playing like this. This is ridiculous. We're literally going blow for blow with Bournemouth at home, guys. We're going blow for blow. And there's nobody that can sit here and tell me they know which one of these teams are going to get knocked out. Because Bournemouth can't defend and we can't defend. I'd actually think I actually feel like Bournemouth had better chances than us in this game, because their opportunities have been so gilt edge. They should have at least 3 goals, maybe even 4, to be honest. In terms of high XG opportunities, I'm sure they're leading in terms of quality of chances, because that's how it feels. And I am right, they are leading. 5 big chances for Bournemouth, 1 big chance for us. Their XG is higher. They've had 14 shots, we've had 8. So yeah, the eyes don't lie, you know? That's how it feels. It feels like regardless of it being punch for punch, blow for blow, they've definitely had the better opportunities and they've had more big chances. And if they could actually finish some of their dinner, they'd be 3 or 4 goals in this game so far. They'd have more goals. They'd be ahead. But this has been shambolic. The defending in that first half, up until the change of the fullbacks being swapped, catastrophe defending back there. Absolutely catastrophe back there. Both the goals that we conceded in this game, honestly, I don't think I can watch them again. I don't think I can watch them back without breaking my keyboard. It's so bad. The level is so low round here. So low. To concede one of those goals in a game is a disgrace. To concede 2 in one half is another level of incompetence I'm not ready to talk about. Like, if you concede one goal like that in a game, your post-match briefing and meetings are cussing. Pure cussing between the coaching staff, the manager, and the defenders. That little meeting that happens after the game on the following day when they look back at the match, that goal being that goal being conceded, even if you've won the game 3-1, that goal that we've conceded, that first one, it is nothing but cussing and furniture getting flung in the back room in Cobham. Because you as a top team, if you are that, you can't concede those type of goals. You just don't lose the first header with 2 centre-backs challenging for the same ball and leave the rest of them to fight and fend for themselves. You just don't let that happen. And then the second goal is Chalobah. He's flicked the ball on. The 2 centre-backs are not commanding enough and aerially dominant enough to play alongside each other long term. They have to do it now because we've got too many bums beneath them in terms of the recruitment from Monaco and the freebie from Fulham, which is whatever. You know, you'll make your profit there. I'm not even that angry about that one, but he's not good enough. I actually thought he'd be better. He hasn't been able to defend as a Premier League experienced defender you'd expect would. But those 2 long term cannot play next to each other. They don't dominate enough. They're not commanding enough. There's not enough leadership there, and they're just not A-grade main primary men. You got a really good recovery defender in Fofana that, you know, high line and defends the channels and whatnot, but you need your linchpin. You need your main man that you build around. And that main man is not Chalobah. That's for sure. It's just, he is not that guy. So that's a problem. Like I said, the fullbacks needed to be switched. We switched them. Before they were switched, 9 times out of 10, they're both getting beat by Brooks and Semenyo on both sides. The long throws, we can't defend. Sanchez is, as always, being hung out to dry. I'd never thought this season I'd say it. I feel sorry for Sanchez. I feel sorry for Sanchez. I can't believe I'm saying it. I feel sorry for Sanchez. This guy, he does not deserve the defending that is in front of him this season. I can't believe I'm saying it, because usually what I'm saying is Sanchez is the problem or part of the problem. Sanchez is part of the reason why we're conceding these goals. He's part of the reason the defenders look shaky, because he makes them shaky because of his individual errors, his passing, his poor decision-making. But this season, bar 1 game against Manchester United at Old Trafford, I cannot blame Sanchez for anything that goes on back there. He is keeping it together, if anything. If not for Sanchez improving this season to the level he has, we would be even more finished than we already are. If Sanchez was on his shit from last year, we would be so far gone, I honestly don't even know where we'd be. We'd be so far gone. And this is the same team that have the joint second clean sheets in the league. It doesn't make any sense what's going on back there. The statistics don't match what we're watching. These guys they're either keeping a clean sheet this season or they are defending like a championship team. And there is no middle ground. We can't win a game 3-1, 2-1, and we have 1 poor moment and the rest of the game we're defending well. We have to concede 2 goals against Bournemouth, 2 goals against Newcastle, 3 goals against Leeds, 3 goals against Atalanta. We have to concede 2s and 3s or nothing at all. There is no middle ground. There is nothing. No goals against Bournemouth we conceded. No goals against Tottenham. But we got to concede 3 against Brighton. We got to concede multiple against Sunderland. No middle ground, guys, in this defense. So we know that now. We're either going to get solidarity or we're going to suck. And that's it. There's no in between. And today we suck. Today we suck. Esteval's causing problems on the right. I think he's our best attacker so far. He's won the penalty. He's created problems. He's created opportunities or created scenarios and danger. Garnacho is doing what Garnacho does. He got an assist. This is as good as it gets. I keep telling you guys. After Cardiff, he banged in 2 goals. I got people in my comments section telling me, oh, are you going to apologize to Garnacho? You people who left those comments are beyond embarrassing. And you need to get a grip. It's not actually funny anymore. We need to start being a lot more serious. Like, you lot need to get a grip. It's not funny. For us to have to watch this level of attackers in our football club, this level of inconsistency and this level of technical level, it's not funny. I know you love your tribalism and you want to be right so badly and you really want to rub it in my face that, oh, he's worked out and he's good enough, but you need to let it go. For your own well-being, you need to let it go. It's embarrassing. We need to win titles, Champions Leagues, and this is the shit that you want to parade around and you want to ask for forgiveness after fucking Cardiff in Wales against League One opposition. I don't want to ever see that shit again. You lot need to get a grip, seriously. Because this is this is a serious football club that you support. If you want to go and fuck about, go and do it on the Brighton man them watch-alongs. Go and do it on the West Ham watch-alongs. This Chelsea football club. And you man are parading around over Cardiff away. This is what you were on about. It's beyond the joke now. And Delap is Delap, you know. I didn't want him to start this game. He had that good moment at the beginning where he ran round and won the corner. At the end of the day, this man was fast-tracked, you know. Garnacho, I don't know, maybe he comes in with a reputation so people can be annoyed with him. I never wanted him, so I can't actually even get that angry with Garnacho anymore because I know exactly what we purchased. I know exactly what he does, and I've been watching him for years in this country, in this league. So I don't really have any surprises. So I'm not even going to pretend for 2 minutes to pretend like as if I'm surprised. But with Delap and with Gittins and these guys, fast-tracked. 85 million pounds between them two, and they're not ready to play for this football club. 85 million pounds. Both of them former City, so that means I have to appoint that blame to Joe Shields. You are now the 3rd ugly duckling. Alongside Paul Winstanley, alongside Lawrence Stewart, Joe Shields, you are now the 3rd ugly duckling. Because these former Manchester City players that you keep bringing in, bar one in Cole Palmer, the levels are not there. You can't keep getting away with this. These 2 players have been fast-tracked. It's not their fault. They're simply not good enough to be here. Do you know how hard it is to play as a striker for Chelsea Football Club? It's not easy. It's not a position for anyone. It's not anyone can just take that 9 shirt, chat their chat in the preseason pressers and just go along their merry way. We have had very few successful 9s since I've been alive. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Didier Drogba, Diego Costa. Those are the only 9s I can sit here and say have been successful. Then you've got Loic Remy's, Demba Bars, and Tammy Abrahams, and Nicholas Jacksons that were able to put up 10 to 15 goals or be impact subs. And the rest of them, flops. Flops after flops after flops after flops. And we're talking about Nicholas Anelka's another success. Thank you for reminding me. The rest of them, flops. Flops. From what they were meant to do and what they had done to what they became and were here. In Lukaku, in Morata, in Fernando Torres, etc., etc., etc. It is not easy to be a striker here. It is really difficult. Even more difficult than other big teams, it seems. We've had a catalogue of experienced top players come here and play this striker position and absolutely fuck it up. So why on earth do we feel that we can give that responsibility to somebody that has had one Premier League season at Ipswich Town in a completely different environment, the complete opposite environment. Can we start signing players that are from familiar environments? They are familiar with the pressures of playing for this level of club in terms of the expectation and in terms of the type of defenses that you will regularly face on the football pitch, in terms of the spaces that you're going to find. Giroud is in that Remy and in that he's in that kind of category. Giroud is not a success in terms of the level I spoke about with the first 3 or 4. Anelka got a golden boot, won the league, but he goes into that secondary category. But we cannot take someone out of Ipswich in chaos and transition and direct football, which we saw against us, and apply it to us. It doesn't make any sense, guys. We can't do that. Just because Liam Delap scores against us, it doesn't mean that he can be a success with us. He's simply not ready. We are not Ipswich Town. This guy should be at Everton. I'm going to say it again. He should be playing at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. I don't even know. What's that stadium? Is it Dickinson? What is this stadium? The Hill Dickinson? This is where he should be. This is where he should be. The Hill Dickinson. He should be at the Hill Dickinson. He should be at the Hill Dickinson. And I'm sorry, it's not acceptable to keep getting this wrong. You've had a good 9 chances and you failed 9 out of 9 in terms of attackers. Like, you've had Palmer, and then Esteval is just not even, it's a null and void right now because, again, he's not significant enough to what we're trying to do in the immediate term. I'm going off attackers that are meant to come here and contribute immediately, and they're all pretty much failing. They're all pretty much failing. You've had 2 bites at the cherry. Maybe even potentially 3 bites. It depends where your cutoff point is in terms of the attacks. But we've built minimum 2 different attacks now. 2 different attacks under these sporting directors, under these owners. 4 seasons, 2 different attacks. Neither of them good enough. Not couple worked in the first attack, carry over to the second, bin the first, the couple in the first. Then the second attack, couple worked, bin some of them in the second. So now you have some from the first, some from the second. Both attacks look like they're going to get ripped up, ripped apart, completely revamped. Shocking. The midfield's been cut open today. What do? Do you want to bring Santos in for Enzo Fernandez if you're not happy with Enzo? Obviously, Enzo gets his goal. So his sofa score is going to be really nice today, but he's not able to defend next to Caicedo. Caicedo is struggling. He's on a yellow card. Do you want to bring Santos into that? Is Santos going to come on and play well, or is Santos going to come on and play poorly? It's really like that. We don't know, because it's up and down with him. Why? Because he's another youngster. There is no guarantees with him either. There is going to be inconsistencies from all of these youngsters, whether I rate them or I don't rate them. Josh Achimpong today, awful. I've seen games from Santos where he's been poor. Hato, he's had a bad game. We haven't seen him since. When you've got these type of teenagers, what the fuck do you expect? You're going to have inconsistency. So we can talk about, why didn't the manager play Santos more? Why didn't he play Hato more? They're not going to be consistent. So they're going to make errors, so we're going to still be in problems. It's guaranteed. If you think Hato and Santos are coming into this team and dropping 7, 8 out of 10 like Aspilicueta week in, week out, you're skunked. It's not going to happen. And I rate some of these young players. That's not what young players do. Most of them, 90% of them, because they're not elite Mbappes, they're still learning their game. Second half's kicked off, time is going to be on screen. You can't turn to that bench today and look at anyone of experience plus quality and say that person's going to come in, apart from Reece James, who looks like he's come on, and take this game to the next level. And that is the biggest problem. Chelsea Football Club continuously keep going to the drawing board, and it all involves children who don't have, who aren't in their prime, haven't even maxed out on quality yet, and definitely don't have the consistency and the maturity to take this team to the next level. Our bench does not scare enough teams in this league, guys. It really doesn't. And that is with everybody fit. Nobody's scared of our bench. Time is going to sync up on 46 minutes. Garnacho's coming off. Neto's come on. James has come on for Acheampong. 2 big subs from the manager. Esteval is playing on the left or the right? Neto on the left or the right? Scores at the moment in the Premier League. Burnley are 2-1 down at home to Newcastle. Goals from Wisser and Joe Linton in the first 10 minutes of that game. Then Burnley brought it back. Everton are 1-0 up at City Ground. James Garner. West Ham 2-1 up at home to Brighton. Paqueta and Bowen 0-0 at the Emirates. And Man United have just taken the lead against Wolves. Xerxes scored. Here's Clivert. Semenyo. Fucking hell, that was an awful shot. We're on the ball now. It's Travanew. Chelsea in possession. Sanchez on the ball. It's Fofana. Trying to figure out if Neto's on the right. I haven't really seen anything of him at the moment, but it looks, some of you guys were saying he's on the left, he's on the right, and Esteval's on the left. I personally don't understand that, but hey ho, let's see if it's actually the case. Sanchez clears. Palmer. Esteval. Shot blocked. Brooks. We need to move Palmer, man. He needs to get into this game more. I'm sick of this shit now. You've swapped the fullbacks before you brought James on. You put Gusto left back again now because James is on, but you swapped them before. That did stop the bleeding. You need to move Palmer. Move Palmer to the right. Esteval just go and play about in the 10, just fucking free roam and put Neto on the left. Because Palmer's not in this game enough. He's not in this game enough, guys. Can't be having these mediocre fucking 5 and 6 out of 10 performances from Palmer now. Not going to get up the league or get enough points to finish in the Champions League with him not at his A game. It's by far and away our best attacker, and he's not having a big enough influence on this game. Here's Gusto. Delap. Fuck's sake. Like, why, whatever your thoughts are, Palmer's in there in the 10, why have you not moved him now? But I guess he's not going to put him on the right because he's still not overlapping his fullbacks. This is the thing. Until that fullback is allowed to go and overlap consistently, he's never going to have a Palmer on that right. It's just not going to happen. He doesn't see him as a touchline winger, and he's not. Palmer. Palmer's on it. Palmer. Farner's just kicked it out. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Another long throw is coming, guys. Another long throw is coming. Oh. Here's Semenyo. Travanier. Ball in. Gusto. Oh, fuck off. Just watch this again. They're calling for handball. Don't you dare tell me this is handball. Oh, nah, shoulder. That's not as low as Matson's. It's not as low as Matson's, but, you know, this is the thing. There's no consistency. Because you can't tell me Matson's wasn't a handball and that one is. We're fucked. Good? Good. Headed away. Esteval. Go on. Let's break. Neto's outside you. Neto. Ball in. Delap. Let me see this again. Yeah. Delap's got underneath it. Yeah, well. Could the cross have been better? Could Delap have been better? Delap, I don't know. I said it in my video when we signed him. He's not aerially anything special. So if you're looking for Drogba bullet headers, you ain't getting that shit. So that's another thing he's learning and developing, and it needs to improve. Seen enough of his Ipswich attempts. They're not good. Petrovic clears. Caicedo. Neto. Fuck's sake. Enzo. Palmer. Space. We got to stop these back post crosses to Esteval, man. It just shows that we got a lack of ideas of how to actually utilize, because you can't expect him to get on those. That's good. Oh! How on earth are we not leading? How has that escaped us? I don't understand. Esteval gets round Travenit. Oh my days. What defending that is. Oh, that is brilliant defending, to be fair. That should be an own goal on most accounts, but don't know how he's got it around the other side of the post. Usually that's an own goal. James loops it in. Petrovic claims that. It's not a good enough delivery from James. There's no pace on it. Oh, this is agony, guys. Agony. Neto always crosses to the back post. When he cuts in on his left foot from the edge of the box in that kind of 45-degree angle from the goal, he is constantly looking to cross to the back post. Constantly looking to cross to the back post. So whoever's making that run, the cross needs to, by the time it gets to the person at the back post, it needs to be near foot level, shooting level. It can't be in the air, because it's always a winger back there, and our wingers are not Florent Malouda. They're not coming in with headers at the back post or in the middle of the goal. It's not happening. So that shit needs to be dropping downward trajectory by the time it reaches Garnacho, Esteval, even Neto. When have we ever seen our wingers score a header? It's not happening. Our wingers are not scoring headers. So if he's going to be crossing like that, he needs to understand that shit better be in line with someone's foot when it gets there. It's just crossing for crossing's sake otherwise, you know? I don't know who he thinks back there is giving him a diving header, but it's not happening. There's no meaning to these crosses. Neto scored a header. He's the one crossing, so he can't get on the end of it. That's what I'm saying. You know, he's not an aerial demon, but he got one header, cool. But he's the one crossing it, so he needs to be making sure that the cross is fit for purpose. You don't just cross the ball because you can. You cross the ball with a purpose of who are you targeting, who are you aiming for, what is their best attribute, and how can you put that ball on their foot or their head, depending on what they can and can't do. There's no point just crossing for crossing's sake. That's why we always look to the statistics, and it's 7 crosses attempted, 6 incompleted crosses, 1 accurate. Because just crossing for crossing's sake. That's not the mark of a good crosser, by the way. Just because you can cross doesn't make you a good crosser. Ball into the box. That's like playing through balls for a slow striker. That doesn't make you a good passer. That makes you an idiot. Here's Palmer. Oh. "60 minutes gone." Evan Nilsson. Semenyo. Caicedo. Palmer. Keep playing, man. Fuck him. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. So stupid. Palmer's coming off. Oh, for fuck's sake. Who's coming on? I thought Palmer could do 90 minutes. He didn't do 90 minutes last game. And this game he's doing 60. So he couldn't do 90. So why has the manager said that he can do 90? João Pedro's coming on. No, I'm not saying he should be doing 90. I'm saying, why did he say he could do 90? Is my mic working? You know what I'm saying? I said, why did he say in the presser he can do 90 minutes? He clearly can't because you're bringing him back from injury. So just say he can't do 90, he can do 60. So then we don't have this frustration in the chat. If everybody knew he couldn't do 90, then everybody would be expecting him to come off at 60 in the last 2 games. You know? That's what I'm saying. Bro, if you refuse to be angry and negative about the situation that we're in, that is your prerogative. But don't come in here and tell me how I should feel about Chelsea being 4 years under this ownership and in another top 5 fight. Do you see what I'm saying? If you want to, however you want to deal with that and cope through that, you do as you please. That's your business. But don't tell me how I should react to Chelsea plateauing before my eyes and washing away another Premier League season in December. Not in April or March, in December. I am more than entitled to be pissed off that Chelsea have written off a Premier League season again in December. Yes, I am. So if you don't want to react, don't react how you want to react. I don't care. Everybody's entitled to react how they want to react. I'm not controlling you. But don't be coming over to me telling me, oh, you're very angry. Like, yes, I'm angry. Yes, I'm not happy. Yes, because I want to win. I want to win. Yes. I'm fuming, bro. Absolutely fuming. We're wasting our best players' time. Some of these people have been at this club for 4 years, bro. 4 years since we signed them under Graham Potter. 4 years Enzo Fernandez has been here. 4 years. We're wasting time. We're wasting time. Soon we'll be revamping again with the next group of people. Because these guys will either leave because they can't be asked with this, or we'll sell them because we can't be asked with them. Someone's gonna be pissed. We need to kick on, bro. This is ridiculous now. It's not the first, second year of this ownership. It's the 4th year. We're gonna be going to the 5th year. We're not making any progress, bro, this season. We're not getting January reinforcements. Please do not be telling me about January. It's not happening. They've already told you it's not happening. We're not getting any January reinforcements. We're not getting any January reinforcements. I told you that already on the last watch along, and they've already come out in the reports and told you that it's not happening, guys. Oh, Neto. Neto! Pedro Neto! But no, they trust the squad, and they don't like to do business in January. That's what they said. They don't like to do business in January, so they're not going to do business in January. And I hear it. I don't think January business is like the best time to do business because you usually get ripped off but sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes you have to do it. I think we signed Giroud in January. We signed Gary Cahill, I think, in January. Obviously, we signed Torres in January. That didn't go very well. We signed David Luiz the second time, was it, in January? You know, it depends. But if you're not in the position where you should be, then you have to. That's what the window's for. You have to respond. But this is why I have branching out. So I have another piece of content that's not related to this bullshit. So I can just switch off. You know what I'm saying? That's something I'll always enjoy, and I don't have to stress myself because this is long. Put him on the left. I mean, since Esteval's gone to the right, since Esteval's gone to the left, I don't think he's been anywhere near as threatening as he was on the right. He's had that one moment where he put the ball across the box, but apart from that, he's not really anywhere near as dangerous as he was. So, and Neto on the right, he's not doing anything impressive. I'd swap them both. But actually, I'd like to, I mean, Palmer's not on anymore, so yeah, that's gone now. But here he is. Enzo, okay, that's good from, This is the thing. When Esteval cuts in, he's not going to shoot because he can't use his right. Well, actually, to be fair, he can shoot with his right. But I believe in angles when it comes to shooting. So we've seen Esteval on the right use his right because he can aim for that near post and he can put his foot through the ball, right? But Esteval cutting in off the left, using his right to curl it, that's a different shooting technique, you know? So I haven't seen that. I've seen it from the right. I've not seen him from the left cut in and shoot like that. It's two different techniques. But he's doing well now. He's causing problems, man. He does love to cause problems wherever he is on the pitch, but I do think the right wing's still his best position because he can do the shooting on both feet. But he's been our best attacker by far today. Like there's no comparison with anyone else out there. He's been our best attacker, man. By far and away our best attacker. That's proper good dribbling, good ball manipulation, trying to create chances. Like, that's a good footballer. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the other wingers, you know, the less said, the better. Here's James. He loves that near post. He's very good at putting it on that near post. But it does need a flick. Yeah, he's twisting up everybody. Here's James. I think James is purposefully delivering them in that position. Yeah, I mean, we got a goal from that at the weekend, no? But yeah. Someone's got to flick it. No. Here's James. Oh, he's so good. Oh! If anybody's going to get us a win, it's going to be the kid. It's going to be the kid. He's on it tonight. He's on it. Deleting players. Deleting people. 2 people deleted by Esteval. Flicked on, saved, headed away. We've been... deleting people, bro. He's carrying. Bro, we just have to pray that this brother's gonna decide the game. Because we have been better in the second half in comparison to them. They're having less chances as the game goes on. We're starting to dominate a lot more now. But we need to score. We need to score. That's a good ball. That was a good ball. Boy, we need to... Esteval. Yeah, I'd actually love to see his take-ons this game. Let me actually go and see. Because the amount of players he's deleted, even in the last 10 minutes, has been mad, let alone the whole game. Dribbling. Yeah, 4 out of 6. Feels like more than that. Yeah, feels like much more than that. Here's Semenyo. Yeah, I don't think that, bro. I think them stats sound very fugazi, bro. We can't feel comfortable. We're not winning, and we know Bournemouth. Even though second half we've been the better team, Bournemouth at any moment with some of these attackers can just shut this whole shit down. We need to get this goal. We've had 1 big chance in the second half, 7 shots. Still not really creating enough clear-cut opportunities. They're all half chances, nearly moments, flick-ons and this and that, but not enough big opportunities are being created. Not enough saves are Petrovic being forced into. Proper saves. Not claiming crosses and shit. It's Esteval. Enzo. We're right in their half, near their box. I mean, we're just camping now. Neto. Esteval. Here's Caicedo. Fofana. One win from the last 6. If we don't win this, it'll be 1 win from the last 7, guys, in the Premier League. That win coming against Everton, I think, at home in the 2-0 win. Delap. United are 1-1 with Wolves. I would not be relying upon them to drop points if I was us. Corners coming in. Neto. People are talking about handball in the ground. Oh. Enzo Fernandez. Shot over the bar. In the box again. Hit the fucking target. Why are we making something like that so difficult? If you're in the box, you've got to hit the target. You have to hit the target. I'm sorry. It's mandatory that you hit the target from there. Mandatory. Fuck. Can't be missing chances like that. I'm sorry. It's fucking unacceptable. You need to hit the target. Hit the target, right? There could be a deflection. It might get deflected and go in. It might... The keeper might parry it. Keep the ball alive. Keep the ball alive. From the moment you go high and you go wide, you killed the whole thing's dead. Whole thing's finished. No one has a chance then to follow in the shot or anything. It's just dead. The whole thing's done. We don't keep the ball alive enough. So many of our shots don't lead to the follow-up shot, an on-rushing attacker to then follow in for a tap-in. We don't get enough of those goals. Too many of these strikes are just... If it's me, it's either me or no one. You know what I'm saying? Either I'm scoring this or no one else will. Another long throw. This is... I don't know, man. We've been better in the second half, but we can't say we've done enough to win this game because they were better in the first half. At best, this equaled itself out because we haven't had enough big chances, you know? At the moment, a draw is not a bad... It is a bad result. It's not an unfair result until we start really making this keeper work. Long throw for Bournemouth. Caicedo misses the next game, by the way. Just going through the super chats now. Your face looks out of focus, but the mic is in focus. All right, no problem. We got that sorted. Appreciate it. After this week, it goes to 10 yellows for a ban. No? I'm not even sure, brother. Genuinely, Delap is such a dirty player, man. Hate it. Ma, what was your favourite Morata moment at Chelsea? Probably the goal against United, I think. Was it against United? I think it was. Which was very early on in his Chelsea career, from what I remember. What in the potch ball am I watching, man? This is a back and forth in the first half, so yeah, I get you. I get you. Clivert's going to take the corner. Transition's dead. Going to the bridge in Feb and wanted to know the best place to go for pre-match pints vibes. Not sure. I got answered last game. Love from LA. Hold on a second. João Pedro. Oh, oh my God. These lot are going to kill me today. Neto wide. Ball in. Oh my days. Headed wide. João Pedro. This is, I don't know. The strikers, we're... Esteval is just like playing his absolute heart out, just chasing lost causes, putting things... Yeah, people... Yeah, I don't know. At this point, we have to just hope that we find a way. But yeah. People saying they're gonna crash out. I don't have the energy today. I'm just, what will be, will be. In terms of pubs, bro, you got sorry, what was the last super chat? Pre-match pints vibes. To be honest, yeah, what was that pub in West Brompton? That's the one I used to go to, but that's only because I used to get off at West Brompton station and walk because getting off at Fulham Broadway sometimes is a bit mad. Foxes and Pheasant, I think. Fox and Pheasant, you've got that one. You've got King's Arms on the main road. What else have you got? You got loads, bro, to be honest. To be fair, you just go with people that you know. Like, wherever your mates are going is where you go, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say one's... Like, I don't go there. I don't go often, so I don't really know what the best pub is, but I wouldn't say, like, one pub is the best pub. I would just say wherever your mates are, that's where you tend to go. It depends what you want as well. Like, some of them, the ones that are close to the ground are absolutely rammed. If you want a bit more space and you want a bit more chill, there's, then you go a bit further out and you actually can sit down and actually enjoy your drink. So, depends what you want, to be honest. But I need to find out what the one in West Brompton was called, because that was actually quite a nice one. We used to film there and we used to drink there, so it's kind of best of both worlds. Fraud owners killed Chelsea, you know it, you bum. I'll be honest, and I know where you're from, right? But there's some of you, like some people like you in particular are a little bit mentally unstable, I'll be honest, and you need to get yourself checked out. I'll be real. You know what I mean? That's just the height of it, mate. Like, if you want to come onto the internet and blame individual fans for the state that this club is in when we don't have any say in the way that this club operates, runs, and acts in transfer windows, that really is on you. But it does tell me that you're probably a little bit mentally unhinged and you're probably not the sharpest tool in the box. But that's just my opinion on that super chat. So, I don't know what you want from me. I'm in my basement, mate. Let's be honest. Moses has been off since the red. Yeah, no, he's not been at his best. No lies told there whatsoever. His tackling technique needs to be on point. He's picking up too many bookings now. Suspended for the next game, suspended for the Arsenal game. He's missing big games, man. It's not good. Can't afford to be missing big games. He's too important of a player. Way too important of a player. Ball into the box. Way too important of a player. 5 minutes to go. Here's Sanchez. 5 minutes to go. So yeah, if you're coming from America, bro, and you know people that are here and you're going with people, I would just go where they're going. But if you're not going with anyone, then I'd probably go to the ones closest to the ground and just try and meet Chelsea fans in there. But I'm sure you're coming over with someone. Neto. Running out of time, chat. Running out of time. Time is going by incredibly quickly. Broadway Bar is the best one near Spoons. Do you know what? Yeah, when I was younger, I used to go to pubs all the time before the game. But as I've got older, I don't go to the pubs anymore before the game. If I go there, I just go straight in. The whole pub before thing is actually I've just actually so out of touch with it now. I just go straight in. It's not even dawned upon me to even go to the pub before the game. Probably because I don't get there like early enough for that anyway. But it just doesn't even cross my mind to even get there early to go to the pub beforehand. I don't know why. Most of my mates in Ireland, they don't really watch football religiously like that. I think it's one of those social things. I think you'll go to the pub if you're going with your mates, and they go to the pub. But if no one's going to the pub that you know, or you don't go with anyone, then you're probably not going to go. You know, it's one of those things. Here's Enzo switching play. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, Pedro. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Gonna drop more points today. Can't afford to be dropping these points. It's Esteval. Two games against Bournemouth. 2 points in this month. 2 points from 6 against Bournemouth in this month at the moment. Santos. Esteval. Oh, we nearly lost. Oh, my days. Wow. What a chance. And this is what I said earlier. I said, Bournemouth might just slap us in the face in a minute because we haven't taken advantage of any spell that we've had in this second half with all the Esteval work that he's been putting in. But that side foot effort there, just a bit lower, and we're fully fucked. My goodness. 3 unmarked in the box. Opportunity to just hit our goal like that. Nobody near him. Nobody near him. Why the hell have all these people coming here to tell me that Arsenal 2-0 up? I didn't ask. Nobody asked. Not a single soul asked. It's fine. With great power comes great responsibility. Let's see how many of you are new subscribers. Surely you wouldn't be so silly to be fresh. You wouldn't want to be fresh. You would not want to be a fresh subscriber up in here chatting shit in my chat. There's no way. Because some of these men think they can be fresh. They think they can be few days old up in this thing. Like, nah, bro. Hold that 10 days. Minimum. Like, don't be a fresh guy in this thing, bro. Please. I'm being petty. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. What the hell are you going to do about it? Here's Gittins. This is agonizing. Last corner before full time. Corner again. Last chance. Ball in. Header. Full time. It'll be full time in a minute. Yeah, full time. More drop points in December. The month has now come to an end. 1 win in 7. This is what we're doing, guys. It's that draw with Arsenal, 3-1 loss to Leeds, draw with Bournemouth, beat Everton, draw with Newcastle, lost to Villa, draw with Bournemouth. 1 win in 7 in the league. 1 win in 7. 2 away games next. City away, Fulham away. And before you know it, January will be finished as well. And that'll be it. There's a lot of games in January, but a lot of them are not league games. A lot of them are Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. So I'm going to wrap there. I ain't got nothing to say right now, at least. I'm going to go and do my review. But yeah, this is bad. A lot to say, but we'll say it in the review. Guys, I'll see you then. Love and guidance in a bit, people. Peace.